Welcome, Cancer, to your November 28th through December 3rd reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys. Kind of getting these out late. I did take a holiday, so with my family. So, yeah. Pretty nice to know I actually did it. I actually took a holiday. Okay, guys. Let's see what's going on. Best message, please, for Cancer, November 28th through December 3rd. Ooh, what do we have coming out? We have Abundance card coming out. So definitely manifesting at this time and feeling like there is an opportunity at hand. It does feel like something has been offered to you or is going to be offered to you. And it's almost like waiting on this. This is a very good thing. It could be a promise, a date, night, something of this nature. Let's see what's going on. Feels like you're getting your self-worth back. I love that. Any false success that you did feel like you were having over here, Cancer, you now feel like the grass is getting greener. Because of the Ace of Pentacles over here, you do feel like, you know what? If this is a relationship and we were having a fallout, we can try this one more time. But there is definitely still kind of a holding back from the situation. That is really crazy. But it is, I understand, but it's understandable. If your emotions had been, through the ringer over here, and things have not been going good with this situation, there is going to be a hesitation, because you don't want to make a decision that is reckless, right? But you say to yourself, you know what? I will give you another chance. I will see this because, you know what? I am feeling better about the situation, and there is this Ace of Pentacles coming towards me, so there is a better opportunity for us to get along better, but I'm not keeping the highest hopes. And that's the holding back of the hesitation. So even though you know that this is a great opportunity and could actually work, you're still a little hesitant to want to 100% put everything you have into it. It makes a lot of sense. A lot of times we get hurt and we're just not sure exactly how this is really going to work out. With the Justice card over here, it's saying, you know what, the truth has come out. There is a lot of fairness. I feel like the situation through this is saying the grass is getting greener because the truth has come through. I do feel like we're a little more balanced and the equality seems better. So we're on the same page. But yeah, where there was disharmony, and disorganization is why I'm not 100% going to give everything, right? Kind of like in the back of your mind of where we didn't really, have the success, or we didn't really, have the team work together, or take it how it resonates, whether it's at work and you and the coworkers are now doing something, or however, because it is showing group conflict. So it could definitely be something at work where you're going to try to work with this, with this coworker, but we never really get along well, but I'll give it another chance. You know what I mean? But I'm not expecting a whole lot from you. That's really what that is. So you do know that there's going to be a little bit of delays because you are holding back a little bit, right? But you do feel like, I'm hoping that this had the closure that it needed, right? The world is upside down. So it's almost like to the point where it's like, I hope that any disagreements and things that we've had in the past are completely gone. Meaning I don't want to see them pop up. Because there really was no 100% closure. The truth may have come out, the fairness might be there, but you know what? You did shortcuts around the closure. Kind of swept it under the rug. So it almost has that feeling of the reason I'm holding back and having, a little bit of hesitation is because this never did 100% have a closure. But there is a lot of, realignment. Coming into December, guys, there is a little bit of confusion about the situation. I just want to bring that to light. where you do feel like the personal transformation that you've had within the situation of the Ace of Pentacles, of what it is you truly want and manifesting, or the financial opportunity is showing that it does have a little bit of delay. There is going to be, somewhat of a stormy time within the situation of confusion. The stormy time is mostly within the mind, though, and surrounding it because of the confusion. The confusion is the understanding of what it is I truly want with the Queen of Wands. Is this really what I really want? Because I'm not really sure now. This is really what I want to take. You say it's going to be the Ace of Pentacles. You say that it's going to be this way. But then all of a sudden, we have all this stalled activity from this person, from this company, from this coworker, however it is. So then all of a sudden it makes you want to think before you speak anything else. They've it might even be that you have a little bit of a clash, and then it makes you kind of think and refocus on the situation of what it is you truly want. Is this really worth it? This is what I thought I wanted, but I'm not sure yet. Are you ready for the confrontation? Because it does feel like to come around December 1st, 2nd, or the 3rd down here, that they do want to have a little confrontation. There is a little bit of a disagreement. Whether it's horrible because of the Tower, or whether it's, or it's just some kind of stormy, it's definitely a stormy time, which is going to make you feel a little restless. But the restlessness also comes from the understanding of not really, this is what I thought I wanted, but I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of interesting, though, because when you knew that you were hesitating over here, Cancer, and you knew that you were holding back, your gut intuition is already telling you you're just not sure. So it really doesn't really surprise me much that you would go back into that area as soon as some kind of clash or some kind of stormy disagreement comes up, that you would go back into this thinking of refocusing whether or not this is a bad choice to make. This is a risk to want to do so. Why? Because like I said, they use shortcuts. They threw it under the rug. It was never 100% dealt with. All you did was try to find the balance and the truth and the fairness within the situation. But because there was no true closure, we can all find truth and balance by throwing things under the rug. All that's saying is that we're coming to an agreement, whether it's an agreement to disagree or, see what I'm saying? But that doesn't fix you know what I mean? It doesn't fix the situation, doesn't fix the idea. So it could be definitely a face-off. So where you really are manifesting this and really wanting this opportunity, there's definitely some pros and cons to the situation, but you already know that. Coming clean and rethinking the situation, there it was. Because that was the whole situation. Okay, so now that I feel like the grass is greener on this side and we can work together, and I do feel like, you know what, where we had false success, we can actually make this work. We just have to put more effort into it. But the problem is, once again, this Fool, I'm sorry guys, this Fool should really be in the middle. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I understand why this is in the middle. I get it because of the disharmony of the way everything is, going around things. It's the misalignment of the situation where there's no teamwork. I don't care if it's in a partnership. I don't care if it's at work, friendship. It doesn't matter. The lack of teamwork. That's why that's in the middle. But I'm telling you, the Fool is definitely the major arcana of this whole reading. Because you know for a fact that to get to the Ace of Pentacles, they're going to say, hey, you know what? We're going to do this. But you're saying, wow, this is a risk. This is a gamble. Is this worth it? So it's almost like you already know. You already understand the consequences that could come out of this situation. So, my whole theory over here with the Queen of Wands is kind of like, well, it's okay though, because I already understood the risk. I put into the extra determination to fix the situation and hoping that we could have this Ace of Pentacles. I'm manifesting we can do this. But at the end, when it comes to this, you're like, phew, but you guys already seen it coming. Come on, guys. You're Cancer. Your intuition is high. You already knew, but it doesn't mean you weren't going to give it a try. Because you never know, right? But it's almost like your gut feeling was already saying, let's do this. So within the deception and the coming clean of the situation, now the coming clean is really interesting because I could actually say, move this back just a little bit. Yep, that's why. We could actually say that the coming clean was because of this Justice card. But you already had the clarity, the understanding to the situation. You're saying, okay, they came clean with me, but they didn't fix it. There was no closure. Because remember, they came clean with a shortcut. So is that really 100% coming clean? Absolutely not. But it was rethinking the approach. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get that out. Rethinking the approach. How are we going to fix this? So you have the Magician. Wow. Manifesting again. Manifesting what? Manifesting, well, it says, well, I have a fear of change. I'm afraid that it won't 100% work, but I'm going to give it what I can. And this is, I'm going to take the action because I have the clarity and the self-will to want to, fine, you want to do it? Let's try and do this, but I'm not giving it all. Absolutely not. Wow. Because no matter what, you're going to feel a little disconnected from the situation no matter what. Because you're not putting all your emotions into it. So therefore, you're still disconnected. And that brings in the delays and the holding off. Well, there it is again. So whatever you were doing before, it doesn't really much matter because you're not putting forth everything. So therefore, with the, excuse me, with the Eight of Wands upside down in reverse, it's telling you, because I'm not going to do this quickly, because I do have the hesitation and I don't feel as connected as I used to. I'm not going to make, this is not going to be a quick process. I'm just kind of slow and going with the flow. Because there is some frustration. There's that intuition. Your intuition has already told you, and I already said that. Because your intuition says, wow, this could be make it or break it. They're either going to make it or break it. They're nothing else. And because dealing with them, it does feel like it's a little bit of a mystery, and they might even make themselves a little bit of a mystery. It could be a little bit of an enigma about the way that they're doing things. You might even see them as like, you know what, they're trying to move this way and do this, you know, but they're wearing rose-colored glasses. You're tripping. So because there was no closure to this situation, you are very disappointed about it. Why did you just throw it under the rug? I am still disappointed about the situation. This is why I'm not giving it all. Because I know that there's Two of Cups. And you know, it's crazy because it says, it's okay, Cancer. You know, you have Two of Cups behind you. You know what's crazy about this, though, is you know that there's Two of Cups behind you. You just prefer not to grab it. Because there was no closure. Because if you did that, then you would have to give it all, and you want to stay disconnected because you know, you want them to show you that they mean it. Absolutely. Wow. Okay, so here we go. Coming into December, there's this confusion. What are you doing? Here's an illusion twice. Now, this is interesting. This is a card of illusion. There's rose-colored glasses, and here it is here with the moon. So I'm telling you, for some of you, you might feel like this person doesn't live on this planet. They may have high hopes of nothing. They may, you know, like I said, we'll just leave it at rose-colored glasses. You guys, it's your story. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They might live in a little bit of a fantasy world. And it's very confusing. So this is where you're going to pause. Now, here we go. December, right? You're like, oh, no, I'm stopping. Hold on a second. Right? Because now you're like, wait a minute. This was changing, and I wanted this to change. Look, I didn't put all of it into there, but I wanted you to change, but they're saying that they didn't change. So they're showing you in December that they didn't change. So all the promises of stuff that they were giving you and all the opportunities and all the great things, now you're saying, whoa, what the heck? So this is going to make you pause and make you have to look around and say, okay, what's really going on? I thought you were changing. And then this is where the confusion comes in. This is where the stormy time comes in, because you're realizing that they're not giving what they're supposed to be giving. If this is a love connection, you're waiting for the cups. But the cups that they're giving is cups of confusion. Because now I'm going to just tell you right now, the only cups that they're giving is to follow their own heart, to follow their own will, to follow what they want. How about that? Yeah, absolute devil card coming out on top of the Knight of Cups. Say what? Because, oh, okay, they have the lack of will and resentment, and now all of a sudden they want control again. They want control of the situation. So yeah, they're following the passion of what they want instead of making that. See, there it is. That's why it's in the middle. Because no matter what, they don't allow the teamwork to be there. Now it's become me, me, me. Now it's let's do what I want to do. So now you feel like you're working alone again. Or they're working alone again without you, and you're just kind of on the, kind of the third wheel. You're just kind of on the sidewalk. They put you in the back seat. Doesn't even have to be 3 people. Literally just, whatever you're working on is one pinnacle, them, and then you in the back seat. So you could say, oh, great, now you're doing the whole project by yourself again. Not listening to what I said. That's bringing in confusion, because you said you were going to let that go and we were going to continue. Or love. They do what they want to do. No give and take, however it is. So with the Queen of Wands, because you didn't put everything in, though, Cancer, because you didn't give everything, it's okay, though, because you come out as the Queen of Wands. Because you're saying, that's fine, I'll be independent. I have the focus, the zest for life, and the determination because I got that back. So, and because I didn't give all, it's almost like I put up walls and borders to protect myself because I already had this intuition, this gut feeling that this was probably not really going to work. But I thought I'll give it a chance. Yeah, so now it's saying it's fine. I've got the self-development over here. I already understood that this might happen. And you were absolutely correct. They're uninspired to want to get to what they said they were going to do. And it kind of just brings you back to a place of courage and where you're kind of doing your own thing. And then now your motivation to want to try to fix this kind of becomes a different focus. Like you're like redirecting your focus. Yep, on your own new ideas, your new, new ways of doing things over here. This kind of puts them into a struggle, though, because they're not really sure, what you're planning and where you're going. They're saying, oh, well, Cancer, now you're making new decisions and, you're doing this and you're doing that. You might even have travel plans to go do it on your own, leaving home to go, do whatever progress you're doing. But however it is, they see you. They see you as now more self-reliant. You might be getting a new job saying, you know what, then screw this job. I'm done. You guys don't really want to listen to me anyways. And this is actually going to bring in more harmony for yourself, where the inner resources of what you need could come to, if it's a job and you leave your job, that there's going to be a little, resource problem and a little bit of struggle, with money for a little while. But otherwise, because you were so courageous and, so done. But otherwise, this person is just exhausting no matter what. This situation is exhausting no matter how that situation is. But you have the King of Wands. Wow. You have all this fire within you. You know what? You're going to overcome the challenge. You're mature enough. You have a career focus. This person does not have the bigger picture no matter what. And you have the big picture. And you're showing that you are the leader within this situation. Whatever the situation is, you're going to come out on top. And that's because you were so smart. Boy, are you smart. I say that this is something you've been dealing with for a while. This is why you're not going to let yourself become overwhelmed with the situation that way. Of course, you're going to be stressed out, you know, and of course, a little overwhelmed and a little exhausted from it, but the real pains and hurts that it could have caused, no, no, absolutely not. Not going to allow that grief. If anything, you're just going to say, "Oh, good grief, here we go again." And it really, you know, and it's crappy, but and for some of you, you could be literally an entrepreneur, and you know what? This could be your partner, and they just cannot get on the same page with you. I do feel like this is whatever this situation is. You're dealing with someone who has a lot of me syndrome, um, and where they felt that they were going to show the love, show this, show that, and in the end, they just can't hold it together now, can they? Just cannot hold it together. They need to work more on themselves, figure out how to do things cooperatively with other people. But that's the way it's going to end up. They just cannot hold this together. And the reason is because of these rose-colored glasses, this lack of will, lack of control, maybe they drink, however it is. Take that how it resonates. Okay, my friends, until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.